It's July. Hey man, what's good YouTube? I got y'all with another video, man. We got I don't know what the channel is. It's called Legends Productions. We got 2025 June's flights, movie one stats record and shot chart. Shocking. Hey man, I appreciate y'all watching the video. Make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all turn the notifications on. Make sure y'all share the video. Jesus Christ is the way and the truth in life. And let's get to the video, y'all. Best content, best quality. Let's get to it. How's y'all day going? Comment down below and like the video and subscribe.
What's good YouTube? Today I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to be analyzing June Flies 1v1s. Of course, this is the 5th straight year that I've done this type of video, so I want to thank you guys for keeping this series alive. Just like the other videos, I'll be breaking down June Flies' game, his 1v1 record, his stats, and a shot chart with all his makes and misses. Then at the end of the video, I'll be comparing this June Fly to the past years to see how much he has improved. The stats.
This is probably his best year out of June, out of all his years. I ain't gonna lie. This is my prediction.
This video will shock you, so without further ado, let's get into it. First, let's talk about June Fly's overall game this year. Offensively, Fly improved tremendously at the rim. He decided to play more off 2 feet, which worked in his favor. He was way more controlled and even developed a nice step through. He got a lot of people in the air since they were all going for the block. Also, Fly had a nice setup with the hesitation that allowed him to explode and quickly gather himself at the rim. It did look like Fly gained some muscle since he was finally leaning into the contact. However, something that Fly needs to improve is his pace. At times, he plays way too fast, which results in easy missed layups. He needs to know when to slow down and stop making his shots harder than they need to be. The potential and improvement are there, but it's those plays that make the difference and decide a game. Also, Fly needs to stop being too predictable. There were many instances where the defense already knew what he was going to do before he even did it.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creature.
That's when the basketball IQ comes in. He needs to adjust just like the defense is doing and learn how to counter his shots. Now, when it came to his jump shot, Fly was very inconsistent. At times, he showed glimpses of a proper form, but then he would go on rough stretches. For example, when he played Kenny, Fly started the game 3-for-4 from downtown. His follow-through looked great and he had the right shooting motion. However, due to his poor stamina, he missed the next 4 consecutive threes. These shots were all rushed and some even way too far. Fly needs to stop relying so heavily on his three. Later in the shot chart, you're gonna notice that a good majority of Fly's misses were deep threes. That type of shot selection cost him a very winnable game against Kenny. At some point, Fly just needs to lay off the dud pad. You saw how much it affected Cash, so if Fly can just lock in for a month, he's going to have the energy to win games. That's also going to prevent more air balls, as in this June, Fly averaged roughly an air ball per game. It's the little things that are going to make the difference between winning and losing a tight game. Lastly, let's talk about Fly's defense. Just like his offense, there were signs of him actually using his size. However, he did have a hard time contesting jumpers. He plays way too far back, and by the time he puts his hands up, he's way too late. Also, he gets blown by way too easily. Guys like Julian Newman had a field day against Fly, and it all starts with his defensive stance. He's literally standing up on defense, and for the millionth time, stop doing this football move. It's never worked, and it's only going to put you on the wrong side of the highlight. There's literally no way you can guard someone with your back turned. This was probably Fly's worst attribute this June, and it all ties to stamina. Once Fly can improve that, he's going to finish games stronger. Now, with all that being said, let's talk about June Fly's 1v1 record and stats from this year. In June of 2025, Fly played a total of 7 1v1 games, and I'm going to count all of them. This includes all 3 games that he played against Julian Newman. With that in mind, Fly didn't win a single game this June and had a record of 0-7. His losses came against Julian Newman 3 times, Jeffrey Bowie, Kenny Shaw, Adrian Harden, and Cash Nasty. His worst overall game was easily against Julian Newman in the first game they played. In that game, Fly got skunked 13-0 and shot 0-4 from the field. Now, despite Fly losing every game, he still had some decent shooting performances.
Bro, I reacted to it. Why am I so shocked by that though? I
His
forgot.
best game stat-wise was against Julian Newman in the third game they played. Fly shot 53%.
They played 3 games?
Had 9 points in a really close battle. Now, if you want to see the rest of the stats from the other games, it is on the screen right now, and feel free to pause the video.
Newman game 1 0, game 2 4, game 3 9, Jeff 11, Kenny 8, DeAndre Harden 4, and Cash Nasty 7.
So if you want to see it. Anyways, to conclude this section of the video, Flight had a June record of 0-7, and when you combine this with his all-time
Possibly his best 0-7 run of all time, even though 0-7 is so bad.
record, Flight is now 24 and 128. Just to give you
Fuck.
guys a quick rundown, Flight was 23 and 112 by the end of last June. He also lost to Jesser, Zach TTG, Dino B Balling, Ray Twice, Drift TJ, Silky, Jason Lewin, and DDG this year. He only got 1 win since then, as he beat possibly the worst hooper I've ever seen in Shino. Those 9 losses, as well as the 7 from this June, make the 23 and 112 record go up to 24 and 128. I don't even know what to say at this point.
Damn! What?
I've
never seen this!
Know what to say at this point.
Wow, this dude Fly just went Randy Orton 2009. What with this shit? What the fuck? Damn! This dude Fly bro. He did that turn into 09 Randy Orton for like 4 seconds. That shit just went fucking to Yucatan or fucking Madagascar, bro. He did it again?
Now let's talk about
Wow.
stats from this year. In the 7 games that I researched, Flight attempted a total of 112 shots from the field and made 35 of them, which results in a 31 total field goal percentage. From 3, Flight attempted 40 shots and only made 8 of them, which results in a 20 3-point field goal percentage. Now let's take a look at June Flight's shot chart for 2025. Compared to the previous years, there are not as many shots attempted, but it's still worth breaking down. As you see, Flight was pretty efficient around this right block. This is where most of those 2-foot finishes came from. However, like I said earlier, Flight shot way too many deep threes. Yes, he made some, but the percentages showed that he wasn't consistent. And last but not least, Flight shot terribly in both corners. In fact, he went 0 of 11 in those 2 spots combined. If Flight can just develop some type of mid-range game, he's going to be more efficient. Now, with that being said, let's compare this June Flight to 2024 first. As you see, Flight...
Damn, this dude Flight had more stats and shit like that, but I feel like Flight's 2025 shit was more effective and was more better, even though he didn't win a game this year. And this Flight of June 2025 is better than last year's.
His field goal percentage
Fuck, I didn't mean to do that.
went up by 6% and his 3 went up by 8%. Obviously, there's still a lot more work to do, but it's still improvement. Now,
Facts.
in comparison to the other years, this stands out as the most efficient one. 2023 is close to the 3-point percentage, but 2025 has the better total field goal percentage. Obviously, the sample size was smaller and with no wins to back it up, but that's what Flight was able to provide this June. Apparently, he had a quote-unquote grade 1 calf strain.
Hey guys, now this part right here is where I suffered layoff a bit of...
And that pretty much concludes this video. Now we know how 2025 June Flight performed in comparison to previous years. His finishing definitely improved, but his shot and defense need to be better. Flight finished this June averaging 6 points per game while shooting 31% from the Flight finishing definitely improved, but his shot and defense need to...
I'm sorry, Flight, but that was that Nikola Jokic shit. You was trying to be like Jokic right there, bro.
Be better. Flight finished this June averaging 6 points per game while shooting 31% from the field and 20% from 3. But what do you guys think? What are your thoughts on June Flight this year? What overall will you give him? Let me know your thoughts down
Probably
in the
cool,
comment
75.
section below. Also, let me
Nah,
know
I'ma
if
be-
you guys want me to run.
Probably cool 80 or 78.
back the ones with flight and also play cash. I know a lot of you have been asking for the ones, so let me know. I hope everyone has a great day. Peace out.
Hey man, shout out to Legendary Productions and shout out to Flight and shout out to the people that 1v1 Flight in the June of 2025 this year. And I appreciate y'all watching the video. Make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all turn the noise on. Make sure y'all do everything like that. Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life. And now I'm going to see y'all next video. Love y'all.